Welcome to the channel. I'm back on the same shit, just another intellectual thought. But today's comes from a comment that I got on one of the videos that I posted. The video was how I turned 200 into 6,000, and it was a good question, so we jumped in the stew and I want to talk some shit. Now, let me just give you the question real quick. It comes from your boy, 410 Kirby, and he said, can you make a video explaining to us advice or tips on what to look out for when investing? I fuck with the question, shout out Kirby, and I'm not no fucking financial advisor. However, I think about investing money every fucking day, so I do have an answer to the question with the hopes and the goal of planting one positive seed in one motherfucker's mind that might watch the video type shit. Without further ado, I want to keep this shit quick, but with some fucking realistic value. So let's just knock it out. I really want to get down to the base fundamentals first, so you kind of understand where I'm coming from when I give the direct answer. The question is about investing. When I think about investing, my mind goes to, I have cash, US dollar, fiat currency. It all means the same shit, right? And I'm taking this and putting it into something else, to something else, somewhere else type shit. So that's the first thing. We're investing. We're taking this cash, putting it somewhere else. Where are we putting it? The investment. That is a different story. So when I think about the actual investment itself, there are two things: a liability and an asset. Hopefully you fucking know the difference, but if you don't, my head goes to, say you have $1,000 and in a year, that $1,000 that you invested into investment A is now worth $2,000. That's an asset. That money made you money. It gave you a return. A liability is you take that same 1,000, you invest it into investment B, and after a year, it goes down to 500. That 1,000 turned into 500. It depreciated. So liability is taking money out of your pockets. So we want to look for assets when we're investing. We got that down. We got that down. Now, the next thing you have to think about before we get into the meat and potatoes is, how much do you have to invest? So my head goes to, again, just categories. Category 1, $0 to, say, like 5,000. I'll say category 2 would be 5,000 to 10,000. And category 3, just call it 10,000 plus. We're keeping it for the little guys, you know. So we have the first fundamentals down. Establish 1, we're looking for assets. Establish 2, how much money we actually have to invest. You got those 2 down. Now we can roll into the third base fundamental, being what is the goal. How much money you have to invest doesn't really determine the goal. You can have $2,000 and have the same end goal as the dude with 10K. But of course, that is going to change what you're looking for in an investment, which the question is, we're looking for an investment. What tips can I give? With those pillars of the fundamentals out of the way, now we can answer the question because we're on the same page. So advice or tips that I can give, and remember, I'm not shit, but hopefully maybe I can plant a seed. The answer that I would give for when you're looking for an investment, the first one I guess I would say is the risk versus reward. Second one I would say is the reality and the possibility of it being possible. I think that's very valid. We'll talk about all the tips after with an example. But the third one I'd say would be the level of difficulty that it takes to achieve that goal, and are you willing to fucking do it? So it's easy to say. So let me just give an example. I'll give my real world right now example with my life, so it helps to visualize and understand, I guess. So my example, what I'm doing right now in my life, and this is how I can formulate this opinion, is I fall into the third category of how much money I have to invest. Say I have 20,000 to invest, and my goal is to turn that 20K into 1 million by the end of next year. So, with that being the goal, what the fuck should I pursue investment wise to try and achieve this crazy goal? Possibility, it doesn't sound the most likely. However, I have it right now on a Google spreadsheet how I can turn this 20K into 1 million. And I plan on making a full fucking video on that. However, I devised a plan that if I can execute, I can make it happen. So I made a plan. I believe in myself to fucking execute that shit. So I truly believe that it can happen. The asset that I looked into, how can I make that happen? Where can I put that 20K? I came down to crypto. Now that plays into the risk versus reward aspect of what to look for. We all know crypto's risky as fuck. However, that's where you have to balance and research and do your due diligence on the risk versus reward. I know if I invest in some bullshit meme coin, that shit could go to zero. But if I put 20K into Bitcoin, which is just an example, because if I put 20K into Bitcoin, I'm not going to expect more than like a 2x, like that 20 turn into 40. With that being said, I know it's risky. However, assessing the risk rate versus the reward aspect within the project and projects that I'm investing in is cool to me. I did my diligence. Of course, the risk is there, but the reward is worth more. Then the third aspect being, what is it going to take and are you willing to do it? For me, of course, my fucking example, what it's going to take in my eyes is going to be patience, research, and conviction. That's what I think it'll take for me to achieve that goal. And I'm willing to do it full fucking wholeheartedly. With all that being said, to bring the whole video back to the question being advice or tips on what to look for when investing, I think you have to have the mindset and fundamentals down before you do so, but then also understand like your realistic situation so then you can be able to even start to look for what to invest in. That's just my 2 fucking cents, but when I get my million by the end of next year, then maybe my words will hit a little harder. Don't hit as hard as fucking Versace shirt though. Versace shirt, Ray-Bans on, just a flex for the video because I got no socks, no shorts on type shit. But this is your intellectual thought for today. Catch you in the next one, bitch.